Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So 53-year-old Alabama resident Gregory Nix traveled to D.C. with his wife, his child, and a cousin. He was one of the first people to approach the east front doors, and Nix looked up at the surveillance camera that was above that door. He held up both of his middle fingers, and then he mouthed the words, "Fuck you, assholes." A short time later, 4 officers arrived at that door, and they started to guard it. They stood in front of it. So Nix got directly in front of the police. He got up in their faces and he started berating them. And when his intimidation and his insults failed, Nix then physically attacked them. He struck one of the officers in the head with a flagpole that he had with him. He left a knot on that officer's head. And Nix continued the assault by thrusting the flagpole at the various police officers. So after some time, the officers were ordered to move to another area. And as they left, Nix started to follow them. And he was seen on video. He was now holding his flagpole and a baton. He had some sort of collapsible baton with him. So Nix's cousin stepped in and tried to prevent him from leaving and following them. And then that's when Nix used his baton to try to break one of the windows on the locked doors. So that didn't work. Then Nix's cousin handed him some sort of metal object, and he was seen on video again trying to break the glass on the door. That failed as well, but eventually the doors were opened from the inside by members of the mob who had gotten in through other doors and other windows. So Nix and his cousin illegally entered the Capitol. They remained inside for approximately 9 minutes, and then the police forced them and others out. So Nix was arrested on November 10th of 2021, and he was indicted on charges of civil disorder, assaulting officers with a dangerous weapon and inflicting bodily injury, destruction of government property, entering restricted grounds with a deadly or dangerous weapon, disorderly conduct on restricted grounds with a deadly or dangerous weapon, physical violence on restricted grounds with a deadly or dangerous weapon, disorderly conduct on Capitol grounds, and physical violence on Capitol grounds. In December of 2022, Nix pleaded guilty to 1 assault charge, and he was facing up to 20 years in prison, 3 years of probation, and $250,000 in fines. However, the government requested only 70 months in prison, 3 years of probation, and $2,000 in restitution. Surprisingly, he has no criminal history, and U.S. District Judge Beryl Howell presided over Nix's case. I couldn't locate any details about what took place at the sentencing hearing, but Nix was sentenced to 42 months in prison, 2 years of probation, and $2,000 in restitution. I'm a bit surprised by this. Howell is one of the toughest judges for these January 6 cases, so I really expected a longer sentence from her, given his violence. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But stay tuned on this one, guys. I might have more information for you. I can't provide all of the details because this hasn't been confirmed yet. But what I do know is Nix's wife died in a house fire in February of this year. Nix is said to have been asleep downstairs when the fire broke out. He and his dog were able to get out safely, but Nix said he couldn't reach his wife. He said the flames were too hot, too high, or whatever. He couldn't get up to her. She was upstairs. I was contacted by someone who lives in the area. This man, I don't have confirmation on this, but he shared some information that seems a little eyebrow raising. I'll just leave it at that. So I did reach out to the police chief in the area. I left him a voicemail with all of the details I had. I told him I had, somebody contacting me, that I had it in writing. I could share that. Never heard back. So I will be reaching out to the reporter who covered the story about the fire to see if maybe she can use her local resources to look into this further. As I said, stay tuned. Don't know that anything nefarious went on here. but it just sounded a little, like I said, eyebrow raising. So thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you guys. Talk with you soon. Take care.